This is 2 Minutes Together, a ministry of Central Lutheran Church, Eugene, Oregon. I'm Pastor Ben. This week in our gospel reading, we have one of the variety of Jesus' resurrection stories as we're here in the season of Easter. And this is the famous story of Jesus journeying with the disciples on the walk to Emmaus. And every one of Jesus' resurrection stories provides a different little insight into the way in which Jesus interacts with all of us in our own lives. And in this one, in the story with the disciples on their way to Emmaus, it starts when Jesus arrives and they don't recognize who Jesus is. And then Jesus gives them the space to tell the whole story of how they are feeling, of how disappointed they were, hoping that Jesus was going to be Messiah, but then he was crucified, and then they were confused and perplexed because they were then told he was raised from the dead, but they're just confused and they're leaving. It's the only resurrection story where Jesus allows people to talk for so long without them realizing who he is. Then Jesus talks back to them, explaining to them who Messiah was in the scriptures. And again, they don't know who he is. He later then goes and has a meal with them. Their eyes are opened and they see him as he is. But I'd like us to recognize what space Jesus gave them. The place where he said, "Tell me about how you're feeling." And there is space for them to give a full hearing of where they are and how they're feeling. And as they narrate it, they tell their own story. There's something very healing and valuable in telling our own stories. Jesus, in our resurrected life, in this little window, is affirming that. Your story is important. Tell that story, including the good things and the disappointments, all the things together. Because it's important and valuable. Because who you are is the story of God working in this world. This is 2 Minutes Together. I'm Pastor Ben.